I'm James Ezimoha. Welcome to Africa News, where we'll bring you the latest updates from across the African continent. Let's see your headlines. Police open fire on protesters in Mozambique's capital, Maputo. Young entrepreneur turns passion for knitting into profitable business in Lagos, Nigeria. Tunisian Paralympic champion Rima Abdelli inspires women across Africa. Thank you for joining us. We'll begin in Mozambique, where police opened fire on opposition supporters marching in the capital, Maputo, leaving at least 10 people injured on Wednesday. The demonstration was in support of opposition leader Venancio Mondlane. Chaos erupted in Maputo as police fired on supporters of opposition leader Venancio Mondlane during a march on Wednesday. Footage from the scene shows protesters scattering as gunfire rings out. Authorities confirmed dispersing the crowd but did not provide further details. At least 10 people were injured, according to Mondlane's team and a human rights researcher. Tech giant Microsoft is investing $300 million in South Africa, expanding its artificial intelligence and data center infrastructure. The company says it aims to meet the increasing demand in the region for its cloud computing platform, Azure.
Microsoft Vice Chair and President Brad Smith has announced a new investment of $300 million into South Africa's AI and data center infrastructure. Speaking at an event in Johannesburg, Smith emphasized the company's commitment to expanding its presence in the region.
We are investing more money to expand our AI and data center infrastructure here in South Africa. We're going to expand on the 20 billion rand we have spent with a new investment of 5.4 billion rand. This will build out and provide even more data center capacity.
As part of its expansion, Microsoft has pledged to fund technical certification exams for 50,000 individuals. The certifications will cover high-demand skills, including cloud architecture, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Microsoft has already invested $1.3 billion to establish South Africa's first enterprise-grade data centers in Johannesburg and Cape Town. The country has become a critical hub for AI-driven infrastructure, as companies worldwide continue to integrate AI into their products and services.
In Nigeria's bustling city of Lagos, a young entrepreneur is turning crochet into a profitable business. Ifunanya Nwakudo, a mother of 3, now crafts durable and stylish crochet footwear, an idea that started as a childhood hobby.
For 29-year-old Ifunanya Nwakudo, crocheting was once just a pastime. She started in primary school making hats and bags. But in 2021, she saw an opportunity in the footwear industry. Today, she carefully selects materials to ensure her handmade shoes are both fashionable and durable. Nwakudo says she never expected it to become a source of income.
When I was in primary school, we play with crochets. We used to make cap, bag, and purse. So that's how I started making these crochets. I just take it as a passion, just to play with it. Anytime I'm less busy, I will be making it. And I believe that I can make money from these crochets. It does not change color. The color will remain the same, no matter how many years you wear it. It doesn't change. I use washer, we can wash it with water, nothing will happen to it. My plan for next 10 years is to have my own studio where I train people, where I transfer the knowledge to other people, where I showcase my products, where I also offer employment to other people.
Her customers appreciate the handmade footwear, praising its comfort and style.
I so much love it because it's free my leg. I can even wear it anywhere. It's very, very okay. I love it.
Nwakudo has made over 100 pairs so far and hopes to expand her business. Her goal? A dedicated studio where she can train others, showcase her products, and create jobs in the growing crafts industry.
Still in Nigeria, thousands of leprosy patients have been without crucial medication for over a year due to supply delays. The World Health Organization says it will now send the drugs this weekend.
Nigeria records more than 1,000 cases of leprosy each year. However, delays in the country's request for multi-drug therapy from the World Health Organization has left thousands of patients stranded. Hospitals were forced to send many home, raising the risk of complications and further spread. Officials from Leprosy Mission Nigeria and health workers say the shortage has left vulnerable patients without life-saving treatment.
In the last, this is about a year now, we don't have leprosy drugs in the country. And this is the first time we are seeing this kind of very strange, very painful situation where leprosy patients who really, like I just said, they belong to the poorest of the poor, are not able to access this life-saving medication. For the first time, these drugs are meant to be free. They are meant to be brought in by WHO, and yet here we are, 1 year plus later, not having those drugs.
The relapse will come when you start the drugs, in most cases. Now that they have not even started the drugs, the most important thing is we don't even want them to run into complication. So complication is the most difficult aspect. If they lose their finger, where are you going to get the finger and give them again? If they lose their sight, who is going to give them sight? So what we are afraid is even the complication. As they are staying without the drug, the disease is progressing day by day.
Patients have also raised concerns over the delay.
I often have to fend for myself if there is no one to help me, and that affects the wounds. Before last year, my wounds were getting healed, but now they are getting worse. The pain is worse.
Ichu says the leprosy drugs will arrive in Nigeria this weekend, but for many patients, the damage may already be done. With delayed treatment, health workers warn of worsening disabilities and more infections spreading in vulnerable communities.
Samuel Eto'o has won an appeal to be included in next week's Confederation of African Football elections. The former Cameroon star was initially excluded from the race, but the Court of Arbitration for Sport ruled in his favor. CAF had barred the Cameroon Football Federation president from the race in January without stating its reasons. However, Eto'o had faced bans from both CAF and FIFA over alleged misconduct. His 6-month FIFA suspension followed accusations of verbally abusing officials at the Under-20 Women's World Cup, while CAF had earlier sanctioned him over a betting company role. The election is set for next Wednesday in Cairo. Tunisian Paralympic champion Rima Abdelli is using her success in athletics to challenge stereotypes and fight bullying. The shot-put athlete, once ridiculed for her physical difference, is now inspiring women across Tunisia, Africa, and the world.
Paralympic shot put champion Rima Abdelli has transformed years of bullying into a source of motivation. The 37-year-old athlete, who has faced discrimination since childhood, is now a role model in Tunisia. Despite being told she could never compete at the highest level, she won a bronze medal at the 2015 World Para Athletics Championships and later claimed silver and gold. But Abdelli's fight goes beyond sports. With her husband, she recalls the moment she proved her critics wrong and won gold for Tunisia.
I entered the stadium full of inner faith that today I would return with something. I entered happily, knowing that I would return home with something, despite everyone saying I wouldn't do anything. I entered, tac, 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 shot put, achieved a personal record and gold for Tunisia, and the flag was raised in the name of Rima for Tunisia. I stood on the podium doing this, crying. This flag, I carried it. Today, the flag was raised in the name of Rima. They didn't let me go out, but I was the one who carried it.
Abdelli also speaks about the bullying she has endured and how she refuses to let it define her.
The problem is that when I was young, I only had to bear the burden of being bullied myself, but now I bear it on my shoulders, the bullying against me, my family, and especially my son. This is now the biggest dilemma I'm trying to fight against. And that's why my husband and I decided to be among the voices advocating for difference on social media.
Abdelli continues to break barriers in sports and society, proving that determination can silence even the harshest critics. As she prepares for future competitions, she hopes her journey will inspire others to embrace their differences with confidence.
Kenyan artists are giving East Africa's first Museum of Illusions a uniquely African touch. The Nairobi exhibition blends local culture with global innovation, creating a new visual experience. Take a look.
The Museum of Illusions, a global franchise known for its mind-bending displays, has found a home in Nairobi. It features over 70 optical illusions, holograms, and interactive installations. But in Kenya, the experience comes with a local twist. Artists like Lulu Kitololo and Brian Omolo have infused the space with vibrant colors and African narratives. Organizers say the goal is to blend tradition with innovation, making the museum both familiar and extraordinary for visitors.
This is a franchise program, and it's really well thought of, and optical illusions it's an interesting concept. But as well, to go one step ahead and further and actually localize it by just collaborating and getting inspiration from the local traditions and narratives is adding to this already an amazing story another dimension.
Graphic designer Lulu Kitololo hopes the exhibit helps Africans embrace their artistic and cultural heritage.
I want to be a little vehicle to kind of open everyone's eyes as to all the richness that is here in our continent. And I really believe that as African people, when we really are present to the richness that is here, then we can also be proud, and we can, kind of stand for ourselves in a world where there's so much pressure to be like everyone else and everywhere else.
From eye-tricking murals to interactive rooms inspired by Kenyan life, the Nairobi exhibit puts an African stamp on a global concept. Organizers say the fusion of art and illusion will keep evolving, with more local artists expected to contribute.
Well, that's all we have today on Africa News. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to A News.